A friend of mine in a church meeting last night shared a little teaching that absolutely changed my life, and I think it's also going to change yours too. He was talking about God as a creator. And basically, the image that we have of God in the book of Genesis is the God that created heaven and earth, all the plants and all the animals. He did everything in 7 days, and everything has been created. It's finished. He rested after the 7 days. So his creation is basically finished. And what my friend said, that viewpoint of God has brought a lot of condemnation and guilt in his life. And it's also brought guilt and condemnation in my life. And I would suspect that for some of you, it's also brought guilt and condemnation too. Let me explain to you why. I did things many years ago to my body before I became a Christian, when I was in drugs and drinking. I'm talking about 40 years ago, okay? I've not touched drugs or drinking or anything like that in 40 years. But before I became a Christian, I really hurt my body in many ways from many years of abuse of pornography and drugs and drinking. And today, I'm still paying the price. My body's still paying the price of the things that I did 40 years ago. And I would suspect that maybe this is the case for many of you too. But because of the image, the viewpoint that we see God as a creator who created everything in 7 days and then he stopped creating, then I already messed it up. A miracle, a healing, a miracle was an improvement on the thing that I messed up. In other words, nothing was really going to change. I was asking God to heal something that I had messed up, but it was not a radically different thing. It was just an improvement on something created. But then my friend said, very important thing. He said, God spoke to me that though he created the original creation in 7 days and 7 nights, God is always creating. He's creating every single day. He's a creator. And he said, or I found the scripture that says, Isaiah 43 verse 19, he says, behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth, shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And my friend said, God spoke to me that he's doing a new thing. He wants to do new things. Though there was the original creation, he's creating new things. If you can believe him for it, today he wants to create new things for you. New things. Things that have never existed. Do you see? My whole viewpoint of God as a creator who finished everything in 7 days has changed. And now God is able to create anything miraculous at any time because his nature is to create. So that really set me free in 2 ways. Number one, I realized that I can forgive myself and I no longer have to live in condemnation, because even though I messed up things 40 years ago, God can create a brand new thing for me, and he can create a brand new thing for you. Number two, where that set me free was in the power of God. I have limited God's power, as I suspect that most people have. Because why? Because God's power is released by faith, right? My faith level was, I've messed this up. I've messed up my body. My faith level is, I'm going to believe that God can take something that I've messed up and improve on it and heal it. So I've limited my faith and the faith in God to what he created a long time ago and just try to improve it. But what if I say, man, God is creating something brand new, unexpected. If I just ask him to do brand new things, he's still creating today. I'm releasing him. I am loosing God. I'm saying, God, I don't know what you're going to do, because this new thing is going to come out of you. I got nothing to do with this new thing. This is not me trying to believe on you to improve on something that's created. You're going to do something brand new. So go for it, God. So then I enter into these two scriptures that I've been studying in the Greek for 40 years, and I've not understood why it has not become a reality to me. The first scripture is Ephesians 1 verse 19. Do you see it there? And what is the exceeding greatness of his power to us who believe, according to the working of his mighty power? And what is the exceeding greatness? Exceeding greatness is the word hyperbola. And hyperbola is a mathematical figure. But I don't know if you have baseball in your country, but in my country, in America, when we're watching the game of baseball and the guy hits a ball over the fence or out of the baseball park, we say he's hit a home run out of the park. So the word exceeding greatness is hitting a home run out of the park. So the power of God is like hitting a home run out beyond the fence. It's a mathematical figure. That word exceeding greatness, like I told you, is the word hyperbolic, from where the word hyperbola comes from. It's an infinite thing, infinite power. So I said right now, man, and what is the exceeding greatness of, where is it? The exceeding greatness of his, notice that I put his right there, not mine, but his power. So when I see God now as the one who's creating new things from me that I don't even know, every single day I have released him from my power. I have released him from my faith. I have released him to his power. And that's where I simply can believe. I don't have to believe, get faith. I just believe because I say, God, I believe that now because I've released you to do your new thing, you're going to work in exceeding greatness in my life. You're going to work in hyperbolic power. You're going to hit the baseball out of the baseball park. Finally, Ephesians 3:20. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly, and the word in the Greek for exceeding abundantly, periseu, is the word extravagantly. Extravagant. What is extravagant? That means prosperity, money, riches, glory, fatness. So God is able to do extravagantly above all that we ask, or it's not think, it's comprehend. It's comprehend something way above what we can comprehend. God's able to do, or even ask him, according to the power. Whose power? What is, when Paul says the power, what power is it? Your power? No, the power of God. His power that worketh in us. So to finish now, do you see, by releasing God to do the new thing in your life, every single day, do the new thing in my life, God, and say, God, I just release you. I don't even know what you're going to do, but I'm going to just let you go and say, make my life full of new things, new inventions, new creations. I release you to go all the way. You're going to get into the hyperbolic, extravagant power of God working in you, and no longer will you be condemned for your past mistakes, knowing that God can redeem and do something brand new. My friends, we'll see you tomorrow, Friday, for another teaching. Have a great Thursday.